Greetings, people of the world. Matthew back with you here in Aurora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV on Realm Reborn. It is year 2, day 36 for EDSS in the Realm Reborn. And last time, we made our way to the last of the patch 2.3 side dungeons when we paid a visit to the mysterious Hullbreaker Isle to discover the missing mask of the legendary pirate known as Mistbeard. But now that we've taken care of all the patch 2.3 side dungeons, and now that we've gotten EDSS a little bit stronger, and stronger enough to take on what I plan for him to do next, it's time for us to actually take on a challenge that was made available through patch 2.1. Now, I've been saving this one because I wanted to get ED stronger, and having accomplished everything that we have, I believe we have I believe we have succeeded. Now, this is the first of a journey that will be going on for quite a while. It's not part of the main story, but I do feel that it is necessary, and I do want to complete it before the Realm Reborn saga comes to a close, because if you play this game, I'm sure you're aware, Realm Reborn is coming to an end in a couple of months, and so I want to be able to at least complete the main story in its entirety, as well as all the necessary side stories and side dungeons with Edie before that happens. So, let's make sure we can do that as quickly as we can. Of course, The Last of Us Let's Play will still be continuing on, but we'll focus on that another day. For now, we want to speak with a particular individual. Now, if you've been paying attention, we have crossed this individual a couple times, but we've never actually engaged him here in Mordona. That person of interest is right over here, this outlandish man. So as we go up to him, yeah, he wears a mask for some reason. I guess that's why he's outlandish. So, who is this mysterious fellow anyway? And why does he have this icon over his head? Yeah, there we go. Well, let's find out. Let's speak with this outlandish man and take on his challenge entitled Legacy of Alleg. An oddly garbed man visiting Revenant's Toll has some information which might be of interest to an experienced adventurer. Do I know you? Ah, unless I'm very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Gallian Empire's generals, are you not? The great EDSS himself. Amazing, and more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate, but I recently received word of a truly unique opportunity, you see. An opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. The reward? Not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk? A single misstep could cost you your life. But what is a little danger to a storied hero such as you? Indeed. A man with absolute confidence in his own abilities stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambrose at St. Cornic's Find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. So, we'll cross paths with that outlandish man again later on. For now, let's do as he asks, and head to the east of the Mordonan Wilderness, and we'll make our way to St. Cornic's Find. Yeah, we've been here before. We've actually done a few quest adventures over here in the east. So we're going to make our way over here. This place is primarily home to, when you're not helping out Rambrose, is where you're going to be doing a lot of quests that are guild levies. A lot of people will use the guild levies here either to get their fates up as quickly as possible, complete as many guild levies as possible, and accumulate as many guild Grand Company seals as possible. So we have been here before. We haven't done everything here before, but we don't need to, considering what we're going to be doing right now. So, here's our man Rambrose, this big Rogadin, this big African, almost looking Rogadin. With eyes and a burly beard, he certainly looks like a man who could be wise, but also a guy who could kick my butt very easily. No, I don't want to speak with your friend, I want to speak with you. Hello there, Rambrose. Why, if it isn't EDSS himself! I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? Well, someone told me about this. You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb. Well, the opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropological geographical endeavor. Only quite how he came to know of it is of another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. Oh, am I intervening in something I'm not supposed to? But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture that we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find himself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? Well, I've been through worse. I rather thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now the first... Hey, Edie! I thought it was you! Yeah, who's coming to join us? Hey there, Sid. It's been too long. It's good to see you again. What brings you to St. Cornix? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparently insuperable foe, yes? No? I see you two are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here, caught wind of the forthcoming expedition, and has kindly pledged to assist us. He has he? Glad to have you aboard, Edie. You don't have the faintest idea of what you volunteered for, do you? Very well, let us begin at the beginning. Of course. The Sons of St. Cornic are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Allegan Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. Ah, but I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute much on the subject of Allegan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the ultimate weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond what Garlemald can presently achieve. Nero 12 Scale Ava simply awoke it. I mention this by way of reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with the notable Allegan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Practically? But not officially or legally or anything like that. Now to the core of the matter. Here in Moldona there stands an entire Allegan structure which we have yet to investigate. I speak of course of the Crystal Tower. Well, you have to admit it certainly is an impressive glowing structure, isn't it? Even as the sun sets here in Moldona, its glow would be hard to ignore. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the ultimate weapon and the Lesser Moon Dolomud before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from that era with the utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Suns and propose that the tower be explored. Or maybe destroyed if you're that desperate. And so, for several millennia the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground, but like so many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. And so, well, you have to admit that's an impressive sword. Two impressive swords for that matter. So, what are we looking at? Well, you're about to find out. Because Sid finds this rock. Now, watch what happens when he throws it. Force field. In other words, you can't go in. We believe the tower to be the repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. These defenses take form of statues carved into the likeness of giant swordsmen. The 8 Sentinels, as the Suns are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. I mean, yeah, there's 4 force fields, not just 1. And for some reason we just can't go around them. We have to go barreling through the front door, apparently. Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before, any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach. Yeah, it's not so simple, unfortunately. Which brings us back here. My colleagues and I are all suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the services of an experienced adventurer. And who better than the Warrior of Light? It will be difficult and dangerous, Edie, but I can think of no finer man for the task. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. Well, might as well just keep going and speak with Rambrose again. Our first objective is to reach the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. Of course. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Yeah, those aren't just mere force fields, those are lethal force fields. Based on Master Garland's analyses, however, we are reasonably certain that these attacks on these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the Beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for Lanosea, where both the Sapsa spawning grounds and Ugarmaro mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastman's sacred rituals will be well defended. As such, I suggest you join or organize an orchestrated strike with the express purpose of defeating the crystal's guardians. Whatever you do, please be careful. So yeah, in this situation, what will happen is, you see that there are 2 different fates that we have to be able to do. Yeah, these aren't just mere quests that we're doing, we're actually doing fates, is what we're doing. So, they will only pop up when it comes up. It's pretty much limited to the random number generator. So, when we get the opportunity to have the fates pop up, we then have to get in on them and complete them. So, we'll make our first trip to the Sapsa spawning grounds. The closest place to that is Aleport. So I will rejoin you guys in Aleport in a moment. Okay, so we got our first target. Yar the Wave Fiend is right over there, so let's bring out my Chocobo to serve as backup, because we know we're going to need the assistance of my Chocobo. Alright, here we go. Taking on Making Waves. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't think I was expecting to be followed in by Shell Spine. However, someone was able to come and give me a hand with this one, so definitely appreciating the assistance of Too Short. Definitely appreciating this assistance, even with a feral enemy that's level 48 staring me blank in the face, and now it does make its attack. Well, I guess we're gonna have to get rid of him too. Yeah, this is something you can't avoid because thankfully he doesn't bring in reinforcements, which is fine by me because, yeah, screw having to put up with reinforcements in this fight. I would just have Yar and myself and my Chocobo and any possible reinforcements to give me a hand here. So now that we are able to take advantage of this, let's take it to the utmost. Yep, look out for that AoE. So yeah, Yar here in this particular challenge is the only monster in the fate you really need to worry about. Other than that, you are just fine. Alright. Almost got Yar defeated. I probably could have beaten him even without the assistance of Too Short. Probably could have won him without him, but nonetheless, he definitely gets a little love from me as he's going away. So now that that fate is taken care of, we now have to go over to Outer Lanosea, which is where Ugamaro mines are located. And that's where our next fate will take place. And thankfully, unlike the getting to Sapsa's spawning grounds, the journey won't take as long to get there. So let's my Chocobo is stopping the shakes going on right now. It is not currently going on, but we know where to be ready for it when it does go down. Alright, off we go. Let's make our way into the long climb and the Iron Lake, although really this is not an Iron Lake because it's just more like a dry lake bed with a bunch of puddles. That's the best way to describe it. But it does look like people are going in here for fates. I would be quite happy and quite grateful if I could get assistance in those, in this particular fate of interest as well. Now we're not interested in this one, although it is a decent fate to get involved in. No, the one I want is going to be down here. Thing is, a lot of high-level players will come in here and take the fates. So this is actually a very popular place to do them. So now we just disembark from my Chocobo and wait for the arrival of my next opponent. So we'll take a quick time out, and when they're ready to show their ugly mug, we will take them on. Wow, it actually took less than a minute to get this fate to pop up. But you know what? I'll take it. And it looks like I will have assistance here as well. It looks like these guys are more interested in hiding than actually fighting. And that's going to set me back a bit, but I do actually have assistance here, which is fine by me. I will take it. Did I stun him? I think I did. But yeah, we could be finishing these two fates a lot quicker than I thought we would. That is fine by me. It looks like the other person who's assisting me has the additional enemy, the Ugamaro Priest, preoccupied. Now, Alika Perne is going to come offer me some assistance. Now, you always wonder if the people who come and give you a hand, like Alika and Force of Will here, if he actually does offer assistance, they ever find out that, hey, guess what? You were actually in a YouTube video and you don't even know it. But yeah, looks more like Force of Will is just more interested in staying there rather than providing assistance. Yeah, he's just gonna go on his way. You want to get rid of the Beatusman, or the Betisman, or whatever he's supposed to be called, because we don't want him providing any more interference than is absolutely necessary. Just to say, I want him to provide no interference whatsoever. Which makes perfect sense. Right, there we go. As you can see, since this is the level 47 fate, this is intended to be covered. Of course, if you can get assistance from fellow gamers, fellow adventurers, that definitely works in your favor. Make sure you are all over it. Now we've already got the 5th Order Patriarch Zebu almost defeated here. He's only, I think he's down to like about a third of his health, I think. Oh, Kalika is a paladin. I'm actually shocked that, given that he's a paladin and the paladin is a tank, that he isn't drawing attention off of himself, towards himself. But I guess I have got the ball rolling on Zebu for so long, there's no way he could possibly get the aggro off. But in any event, Zebu is defeated. So there we go. Those are our two fates to deal with as initially, but of course there are two more still to take care of. So let's make our way back to Mordona, and I will meet you guys there in a moment. Okay, so after taking care of those two fates, let's go ahead, now that we've returned to St. Quinnick's Find, and speak with Rambrose to give him the good news. Rambrose? How progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastman's strongholds? I think that's grammatically incorrect, his statement there. How progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastman's strongholds? I think he means, how goes your progress in your efforts and... whatever. It's grammatically incorrect, that's all I know. So these are the famed flawless crystals of the beast tribes. I have seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing compared to these. Their purity is astounding. You have done well, Edie. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharak, the war camp of the Amalja in Thanlan. The latter in Nadlin, the root of the Ixal in the hills of Kerthus. Claim them for us. As before, your best course will be to take part in a coordinated attack against the defenders of the Crystal Caches. I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. So, in this instance, the two fates we want to take on are going to be called He's a Firestarter in Zaharak and the Stormcaller, which is arguably the most ridiculous and difficult fate in the entire game. So, we'll leave those for another time. Yeah, we're well on our way here in terms of getting on our journey into the legacy of Allag. We got our first two crystals that we need that are flawless, so now we just need two more in order to get ourselves the four that we require in order to start on our journey towards getting access to this mysterious crystal tower. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will make our way over to Zaharak and to Nadlin in the hopes of getting these final two crystals so that we have everything we need for our departure for the Crystal Tower. So until next time, everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.